Okay, take two. AD Nightly now with volume and audio. Uh, as I said earlier, I'm trying to drive the video portion so that people want to watch the live stream video. And to do that, now I am wearing Guns N' Roses 2017 Tour 2017, Not in This Lifetime, foam middle fingers for this interview, or not. It's not an interview, unless like there was another person here. But yeah, AD Nightly. We're going over the news stories of the day, and then I have to give you my current opinions about those stories as well. As you can see, we've got a new studio here. Moved out of the basement. I believe this is a band picture. There's a bunch of them here at my brother's house. Yeah. So, yeah. Is what it is, you know, not the premier direction I saw my life moving in. But, you know, we're rolling with the punches, getting along. Got some things going. I might be going out to move to California for a while, if not for a long while. So that's cool. And, you know, I didn't even mention that in the last version of this podcast, but I felt like, you know what, why not? And also, I'm drinking cold beer right now during this serious news thing. It's not really serious or news. It's just my opinion on everything that's going on. So, again, thanks for listening and watching. And it's probably better the further I'm away from the camera, just based on that. It's like, you don't want to full HD without makeup. You don't want to. And that's fine. I don't want to. Okay, so we got a couple stories here. Let's see. We'll go through them quickly since I am just bored of it. Okay, CNN.com has the Trump administration scrambles to rehire key federal workers after DOJ firings. Let's see. Federal agencies are rehiring and ordering back from leave some of the employees who were laid off in the weeks after President Donald Trump took office as they scrambled to fill critical gaps in services left by the Department of Government Efficiency-led effort to shrink the federal workforce. The Trump administration is they're quietly backtracking from the firings and voluntary retirements, which are also paired with new hires to fill vacancies. Those departures created come as federal agencies are still implementing their reduction in force plans as part of a push for spending cuts. So, experts warned that even though the Trump administration has backtracked some of its efforts to shrink the federal workforce, the rapid rehirings are a warning sign that it has lost more capacities and expertise that could prove critical and difficult to replace in the months and years ahead. So, yeah, obviously that's bad. I've seen like 2 or 3 or 4 different articles about this with different industries that like DOJ touched, and it's just like, what is going on? Oh yeah, it's like after you get out of a crazy relationship, and you're just like, what was I thinking, right? Am I right? No. It really is like that, but with Elon and the whole Trump thing. And I think they're all just about as crazy as Elon anyway, but he was just a different kind of, I guess, drug-addled crazy. Different drug he was on. Yeah, they're kind of seeing the effects of that whole effort to really go after everything like with a chainsaw style. And what I think, though, a good spin on this, a positive thing, is now there's a chance for the people who really didn't want to be there, who maybe were just collecting a paycheck and all that kind of crap, to go and do whatever they're going to do. And then you get new, better people who want to be there. I don't think that's tough. It's not too tough of a thing. It's obviously tough to find the right people, but you can find people that do the job for times, and then, Overall, like, turnover is not always the worst thing. You know, you don't want high turnover. I like to keep my jobs for periods of time, long periods of time. And, leave them at will. But hopefully it doesn't, happen like that. Um, and yeah, so next story here. We've got, man, I forgot to record this again. We've got another one here, and it's kind of a boring one. I'm just going to find one on the fly, because that's how we're going to roll for this re-record. We got the freedom to do what we want here. And let's just do it. News. Ooh, okay. All right. We have 2 hours ago news. Andrew Cuomo concedes New York City Democratic mayoral primary to Zohran Mamdani. I'll just read you the first little bit of that. So why not? It's kind of a thing a lot of people are talking about. It's probably dominating the social media cycle right now. But yeah, Zohran Mamdani declared victory in New York City's Democratic mayoral primary Tuesday night after Andrew Cuomo conceded the race in a stunning upset, as the young progressive upstart built a substantial lead over the more experienced but scandal-scarred former governor. Though the race's ultimate outcome will still be decided by a ranked choice count, Mamdani, a 33-year-old Democrat socialist who was virtually unknown outside of political circles a year ago, was in commanding position. In a speech to supporters, Mamdani said, "Tonight we made history. I'll be your Democratic nominee for the mayor of New York City," he said. Cuomo is trying to make a comeback from a sexual harassment scandal. Told supporters that he called Mamdani. Oh man, I was saying his name wrong the whole time. Sorry, man. Mamdani to congratulate him. Tonight is the night he deserved it. He won. Cuomo told supporters. So cool. Yeah, I saw this. There was a huge graph they put up about the spending and all that. So that's good to see that, people wasted all their money on that. And the progressive, cool Mamdani still won. Unless it's Mamdani. I don't know how to... Mamdani is... It's got to be Mamdani. Cool. And Zoran, I'm sure we'll hear it a lot because that's just like a cool thing. Historic. So awesome. And then one more thing, wanted to talk about a story that sometimes we don't hear about, all these personal stories that happen, and I personally don't like to word for word read them on my shows because they're so other people do hard work doing these interviews and putting these pieces together, so I don't like to just steal that and run with it. But I thought this one deserved some pointing out and shout outs to NPR for putting this article out there. Purple Heart Army veteran self-deports after nearly 50 years in the U.S. So for a 55-year-old U.S. Army veteran, Se-Jun Park, this was the hardest moment of his life. Not getting shot in combat, not the years battling post-traumatic stress disorder or addiction, not prison. It was leaving the U.S., a country he called home for nearly 5 decades. On Monday, Park, a green card holder, self-deported to South Korea. His removal order was the result of charges related to drug possession and failure to appear in court from over 15 years ago. Offenses that he said stemmed from years of untreated PTSD. Then they go on to kind of tell his whole story, which is intense. They said he got shot in the service. One of those things where, you serve and then they give you citizenship, and he's got his green card, and it's really an unfortunate thing. Apparently moved to the U.S. at a very young age, too. So it's like, he's really known nothing else but the American lifestyle. And served the country, got wounded, and they're basically deporting him because he has a 15-year-old drug charge that he skipped court on, which is crazy. Um, it's basically like he didn't go for one drug test kind of thing, which is how they get you. Don't go for one drug test. We'll schedule it on whatever. It's really regardless of the point though. It's not the kind of thing that should disqualify you from citizenship, in my opinion, and I think many's. It's what are we focusing on here? And yeah, I was pretty fired up in ending the last episode, but really just like think about it logically, and what good does it do to kick this guy out of the U.S., all he's ever known, and now he's all the way back in South Korea. Terrible. We should all feel terrible, but we should also all feel very, very good because we choose to, like we do here on AD Nightly, the weeknightly show, which is amazing. And thank you for listening, subscribing, posting what you post on Facebook, or you just share stuff. Maybe you just go and scroll now. Facebook's kind of a really bad place to be. Now, it really is just annoying and terrible to be on Facebook. Just like most social media. Find me on Substack. I wrote some stuff. You could subscribe. You can hit my more creative and personal stories for $5 a month. Or you can just subscribe, follow for free. And it's, just a bunch of updates and kind of like this podcast, but in writing form. benboquist.substack.com or whatever like they do. It's Ben Boq, Boquist. So cool. Thanks for listening, guys, and have a pleasant rest of your week.